Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Don't get used to it, Peter. How are y'all doing? Happy Saturday morning. So today's a little bit of a special stream. We're going to be working on our project with Focus Entertainment, the Tyranid Swarm, for the launch of their new game, Space Marine 2. So huge thank you to them for sponsoring my work and making this happen. I'd have to put a little bit overtime in. We'll also be streaming this tomorrow as well, so there won't be a normal class stream tomorrow. It'll just be working on this, and we'll do a 4-hour stream tomorrow too. So let's get to work. Lots to do. I went ahead and I removed the blade from the piece of wood. Oh. Two pieces pretty much finished. 2 parts. I can see us getting the headpiece finished up today. Let's get a fresh blade on her. Maybe not this one. One of these here. Finish up the head today. And then maybe start doing like a bicep or something. Sculpting the Forgotten World Wonder, the Colossus of Rhodes. No. We're sculpting Tyranids. Just cleaning off our flashing here. Was it Friday? Yesterday? We whipped this out pretty quick, actually. Didn't take too long. It's just 1/2. That's probably when we did it. prepped and ready. I strategically allowed the clay to really get stuck to the wood so we have some texture here for the next layer to grab onto. Totally part of the plan. Duvan. Hola, Duvan. Okay. Now, I need to finish off this top of this head part here next. This is the first side, and then the other side still needs a lot of work. Hold on, I need to get my reference situated here.
Listen closely, traveler, to what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
Arabufashi. Arabufasi. Hey, thank you so much for the 6 months, my friend. It's going. Just get the day started here. Thanks for supporting my work. I appreciate that. Doing well. First subscriber of the day. Could barely hear the music, really. Can you guys not hear the music? It is Saturday, yeah. We'll have to put in some overtime this week. Correct. It's Wednesday, Rob. Is that better? Hey, Lux. Got raided by Lux. Oh, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. How do you do? I believe this is my first time being raided by you. What do you do? Might I ask? Hey, Fenrir. Yeah, don't get used to it there, buddy. It's a special occasion, that's for sure. Hey, thanks, Sale. Oh, okay. My memory's not so great, so it doesn't surprise me. We're working on a project for Focus Entertainment, has commissioned us to make a set of Tyranids for the launch of their new game, Space Marine 2. You can go check it out and do !war. Go check it out. A rhino skull? Yeah. Yeah, second one, I've played it. It definitely, graphically is awesome. Got some new gameplay features too. I haven't dove in deeply, but so far I've enjoyed it. I guess. You can train up a steady hand, though. It's not something you're born with. Did you try and peel the eggshell with the egg still in it? No. The only time I do that is when I'm eating a hard-boiled egg. I do that all the time. I don't stream on Saturdays. You never saw me here. You didn't see nothing. No, the way the schedule panned out, we just needed this extra day. There's no time to squeeze it in anywhere else. Alright, looking good. Yeah, believe it or not, though, we have every kind of time slot booked until we leave for Germany, so. Let's just say a lot of opportunities landed in our lap all of a sudden. Hello, Sarab. Hello, Gravity. Hello, Moxie. Yeah, we're gonna duplicate this one. This will be my first kind of big duplicated thing. Should be interesting. We're gonna try to put those liquid mediums to work, I think. Oh, I see. Choosing a timer over me. I see how it is. That's all right. Hello, Looney Lorna. Good morning. Hey, you too, Rob. You all settled into your new place yet? What's going on with that? There you go, Leonidas. Cool. Were you watching a stream or were you playing it yourself? Actually, I think it launches Monday. Yeah, I watch games more than I play games myself. I know how it is, buddy. You're at work? Okay. I unashamedly dropped your name in all the streams. Okay. Hey, doing good work for the kingdom. Appreciate that. A diplomat of the cnotbusch kingdom. Very good, very good. Alright, Leonidas. Catch you later, my friend. Looper. I believe Looper does stream on Saturdays. It's the only time I'm usually able to catch Looper stream. Hello, Grumpy. Hey, thanks, Gravity. Thanks for doing that. Okay, so now we've got this shaped up. We're going to start pushing in some details. Detailing it up. More Tyranids. That's right. We've only just begun. Oh, really, Mom and Pop? An heirloom. Like an old tapestry or something? Quilt. Old family heirloom quilt. That's cool. Hey, thanks, Killen. Glad you like it. Hello, Haven. That's because it doesn't have its teeth yet, Looper. Fingers are covered in gauntlets of super glue. Bummer. What are you working on? Glotkin. What is a Glotkin? Oh, chaos. Okay. I was gonna say it sounded familiar. YouTube doesn't have as clean of a interface for streaming. Finding streams as Twitch, yeah, true, totally true. It's a completely different system over there. It's more like algorithm driven. You don't really browse, you know, on YouTube. You just kind of let the algorithm know how you are and feed you content, essentially. The only way to browse is to search for specific things, but that's not really browsing then. You know, it's more of looking for something specific. Right. There's no like category list to browse and that's why I think the key to growing like a stream on YouTube is to have essentially long form content, videos that people like. And then when you go live, the algorithm will automatically feed your live pop-up into the feeds of people that like your long-form videos. Do you know polymer clay was invented by Polly McClay? I don't think so. I would have to say probably not. I'm pretty sure I looked into that. I feel like I would have remembered that detail. German doll maker, yeah. It was like the 1950s or something like that. In the 30s, oh, okay. Hello, ghost. Hello, sister. Posted. They're early in progress. Well, we're on Discord. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, look at that. Well, they're cool, look. Mounted creatures. Cool. I like it. So far, so good. Thanks, Barnsdale. Meredith Avery Bonsdale. That's very, that's a good name. And congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. What a wonderful thing that is. Alright, Looney Learner. Gotta absorb the weekend. Sadly, I still cannot join the Discord. Peter, what's going on over there? Tell me, what is your problem? I had problems joining Discord before. It turned out my phone was treating it like a pop-up and blocked it. Maybe they should check their settings. Peter! Enable pop-ups and external links and all that. until you get it set up, and then you can turn that stuff back on, probably. That would make sense, because when you click the Discord link, it prompts to open the app. So maybe you just have a security setting to stop that from happening.
Listen closely, traveler, to what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
Hey, Pyle. Hey, thank you for the Prime sub there, Pyle. I appreciate that. That's right, Toadstool. But it comes at a cost, because tomorrow we're not doing the class tomorrow. Because I also have to stream this tomorrow too. So there's a price to pay. There's always a price to pay. Just says keeps saying cannot accept. Interesting. It's gotta be some sort of setting somewhere. You're on a phone, right, Peter? Not on a computer. Well, I appreciate the support there, Pyle. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for supporting the work with your subscription. Laptop. Even on a computer, check internet and security settings, somebody says. New here, is this a natural born / developed talent of yours, or did you take classes on sculpting? I didn't take classes, I taught myself, but I certainly wasn't born with this ability. I just, you know, whether you're learning through classes or learning on your own, you kind of get to the same place, just different methods of getting to that place, right? But yeah, I am self-taught. It's just a lot of hours in sculpting. Doing it now, brother? Okay. Yeah, it could also be in your browser settings, too. You have to check your web browser settings. See if there's like a security... Shiki, you should be able to watch... There's the whole Woodland Gremlin class saved in a playlist on Twitch and on YouTube. And then you can also check, there's a playlist for the Dragon class as well. So I think !class should give you the link. Yeah, I enjoy what I do, for sure. I enjoy it enough to do it 10 to 12 hours a day, some days. Okay, so we're going to use alcohol to clean up this texture. And then we'll probably be looking pretty good here, so... Yeah, this is the second class we produced. I had produced other tutorials in the past, but those were on different platforms, and we don't have access to those anymore. Like, I started doing classes at the beginning there was this company named Teach. But yeah, it was a completely different platform. And yeah, things ended up falling through with them, and those classes were lost in the fallout. But we fully funded this current class, so I totally intend to continue production of more classes. We'll keep that ball rolling forward, so more to come. Great news, yeah, I know. Is it Friday? I think it was Friday or Thursday. We had someone come in and tip the rest of the amount. 70 grade did. It's like $250. So the Dragon class is officially fully funded. Oh, nice, Barnsdale. Alright, Shiki Tiki. And so each week I'll still give feedback to you on, even though we're on the Dragon class live, you can still submit feedback for the Gremlin. Just post your photos in the Gremlin section on Discord, and I go through and I check it every week. So if you're looking to get some feedback on your progress, that's how you do it. No artist talent whatsoever, but hey, you know what? Every artist that starts to become an artist has zero talent to begin with. This whole concept of natural talent is just a lie. It's just a big lie. We all gotta earn it. The only natural thing we have is a natural interest. We all have natural interests in things. Some of us pursue those interests and some of us don't. And it's in the pursuit of the interest that you gain the talent through your work. So, don't feel bad. Right, now imagine you're a child learning to walk and you fall down or you try to stand up and you fall down the first time. And then you decide to just stop trying after that point. You're never gonna learn to walk, right? But no, for some reason we have the ability when we're young to just fail over and over again, but still keep trying until we overcome things. You see it from like walking, talking, eating, you know, being able to use a tool and pick up food and put it in your mouth. How many times do you fail before you finally get it right, you know? It's like years and years of failing when you're a child. Refining and sharpening these skills. It's all the same thing. And something happens when we get older where we lose that ability to relentlessly pursue something. Despite any failure, you know, so. All it takes is work, it's fun, but the more you do, the better you get. It's just true. It's like it's as simple as math. I want to say it's like maybe ego or pride or something like that gets in the way when we get older. That makes us wince at the idea of being bad at something. We're afraid to present our work in its newbie form, accept our noob status in something. That's not how it works, my friends. It's not how it works. Be okay being a noob. Don't care what other people think. Alright, so this is ready to bake. Get that in the oven. Cook it in the cookery. And while that's cooking, we're probably going to sculpt the other side of this blade. We start to fear criticism. Yeah, exactly. To shy away from being laughed at. It's definitely interesting. By watching Emma grow up, it's been really confirming a lot of these thoughts by watching her go through these early stages of life and learning. And I was thinking about the other day too that learning is uncomfortable. It's not comfortable. It feels like a struggle. It's not comfortable. And kids have this tendency to be okay being uncomfortable. If something's fun, it could be like freezing outside and their lips are turning blue, but they're still out there running around having fun. But they're completely like freezing. Whereas like a grown-up, it's like, we wouldn't do that, you know? or like the other day we were telling Emma to go run over to a sign and touch a letter and then come back. She was just doing that over and over again. Getting this miserable workout in. If a grown-up was doing that, you know? But to her, it was fun. Totally content with being uncomfortable. Or being dirty, or, you know, cold, or too hot, or whatever. It's like, kids just have this resilience to that stuff. I have to get back to that state of being okay, being uncomfortable. Alright, I'll be right back. All right. It's a balance, yeah, for sure. Pile, no. Money and security. Yeah, it's a trade. It's a price to pay, for sure. But I tell you what, any of my best ideas that have done really well, even the stream or anything like that, is always based on this idea of, wouldn't that be cool if blank, you know, and then you take action on that. Wouldn't that be cool if I did this or I did that? So it's like it's rooted in a fun idea, you know, that you took action on. So have to, like you said, finding that balance is not easy, but it can be done. Hey, sorry to hear about your car accident there, Barnsdale, but I'm glad you're looking for the positive in it. There's always a positive and a negative. What you want to focus on is up to you. I just made some coffee. I've been feeling whatever the missus had was trying to invade my system. I started to feel it today, so I've been making my inside environment very hostile to any germs by drinking a tea made of fresh ginger, freshly crushed ginger, freshly crushed garlic, cayenne pepper, cinnamon, lemon balm, packs a punch. Not even I want to be in my own body, let alone somebody else. All right. So, we're going to take this here, we're going to flip it upside down, and we're going to sculpt the other side of it. So what we do is let's take some clay glue here. Hey, Peter figured it out. Wonderful. It really works, I'm telling you. It'll put some hair on your chest too. Side effect. But it does the job. Alright, Peter. We'll see you when you get back, my friend. If I don't want my hair on my chest, well, then you gotta suffer the consequences and get sick. What would you rather have, hair on your chest or getting sick? Okay, I just want to make sure that this is fairly even. The tip of this to be up a little bit like that. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't stop that from happening though, sister. Unless you live in a bubble, like Bubble Boy. Something crept into our house, and you know, we don't go anywhere. We're very much hermits. Okay, now add some clay glue here. Pretty sure this is the thickness we used on the other side, so this will give us the same kind of starting thickness, so that way both halves are the same. Fondant. The forbidden grey fondant. Try some. Echinacea? Yeah, I've heard of that. being really good. It's just not something you can take all the time. But I've heard of the echinacea doing wonders. Yeah. I was in the garden harvesting seeds. Is the season. We have some of these those are like straw flowers seeds. Such an interesting texture. This right here is the seed. Looks like a Tyranid. Tyranid seeds. And these are tomahawk tobacco seeds. Ever seen a tobacco seed before? Those are the seeds in the bottom there, see that? Those are just the seed pods. Each one of these has like millions of little seeds. Oh, those ones are already empty. Tobacco seeds. It's an old ceremonial tobacco that natives use for ceremonial purposes. Hey, Merchasen. Hello. How do you do? Burns your tummy. Burns their tummy too. Little bacterias and viruses. And you're bigger than them. But I get it. The missus is the same way. She can't. My methods don't work on her either. You gotta be a lead belly for that to work. from the Guild of the Leadbellies. Oh, really? Dang. That's a bummer. Seasoning and spice. You think it's like an allergic reaction, or is it just like a tolerance thing? Because if it's a tolerance thing, you can work on it, you know, you can build up the tolerance. Uni. Well, hey. That's no problem then. Trust me, tolerance can be acquired. Just through exposure. My wife had 0 spice tolerance when we first met. Now she can eat spicy stuff. It doesn't bother her. She even craves it. Hello, Orna. Yes, indeed.
Greetings, fellow adventurer. We've got everything you need to rest and refuel.
Alrighty. Hey, thank you for the 10 months of support there, Arna. I think is that our first wisdom of the day? First Saturday wisdom of since forever, I think. Your passion for learning and acquiring knowledge is admirable. Keep seeking out new experiences and ideas. That's right. Seeking them out. Key word. Not just thinking of them, but acting on them. Break down the wall between thoughts and actions. Hey, what's up, Shakor? How you doing, my friend? Am I doing? Well, we sculpted one side of this. It's like a scythe blade. The bottom side's already sculpted, and then we hardened it, and now we flipped it over, and we're sculpting the underside, or the backside. So I'm getting the clay to stick on there, and then matching it up to the profile. You'll see once we get it. I mean, we're getting pretty close. I'll take it off of this clay bed it's laying in once we're close. Like a praying mantis claw. A scythe blade. One of these things right here. Hey, Mr. Brightside, thank you very much, my friend. Thanks, engine. A beautiful day in the kingdom, indeed. Alive and well. This is a type of polymer clay called cast clay. Yeah, it definitely is really good. I played a bit of it myself. Definitely an immersive dive into the world of Warhammer 40k. This is a Hormagant. So we're making the Hormagant. Here's the sketch. We're making it in a way that we can duplicate the parts. So I'm sculpting the parts all kind of in a way that I'm going to be able to duplicate them, so we can make this kind of horde of Hormagants around a bigger creature, which I'm not sure. It'll either be a Hive Tyrant, Swarm Lord, or a Carnifex. Maybe something else. But that's the basic kind of concept. Right. I was watching a praying mantis out in my garden this morning. Coincidentally. A little one hanging out by us. We had a little morning campfire. brush this with alcohol, and then we'll do a little bit more texturing, but then that's pretty much done. Yeah, right. Yeah, they'll kung fu kick you. They're very aware of your presence when you go near them. Like turn their whole head around and look at you. Okay, so now you add some scratches here. Equal ones. Oh, sly friend. Well, welcome. Glad to have you. Glad you are enjoying the space. Okay. Now let's try and get this off of the bed of clay it's on carefully. Yep, all these pieces we're going to be duplicating with the cast clay method. Okay, so now we have this piece here. Divided. clean off the backside here. Then we fake that. That'll lock in both sides. "22nd anniversary." Well, happy anniversary. There you go. Sounds like a good day. Wonderful. A great cause for celebration. We have to take the good and the bad in life, which means taking the time to celebrate the good. Appreciate it. So good. It's good that you're doing that. Okay, I'm gonna go put this in the oven, and then we will probably grab the other piece out of the oven, the head, and maybe we'll start figuring out our duplication method for the headpiece. You plan on doing one of the 1,000 suns? Nope, this piece, the plan is what is here, which is, it's a Tyranid, kind of a Tyranid swarm with some of the smaller critters and one of the larger ones. So that's the basic game plan. So there is another project coming soon for Marine 2, but I can't tell you what. But it's exciting, and yeah, you just gotta keep tuning in. It'll start not this next week, but the week after we start another piece for them. Very unique piece. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Got the head out of the oven, the blade in the oven. Just going to get the we're gonna get the bottom jaw ready for. We have to kind of scoop out, carve the underside of it. That's still cooling off. Sparkle. Ooh, glitter. Okay. Trying to think the best way we should do this. Well, let's first start with carving out the inside here. Let's use the Dremel tool. Okay. Very good. Question here is, do we sculpt the inside and duplicate the inside of the mouth and the underside, or do we sculpt those individually? Because I mean, some will have their mouth closed, you won't even see it. Some will have a tongue, some won't. So I'm thinking about leaving it just simple on the inside, and then when we go to sculpt the teeth on each one, we just sculpt the inside of the mouth, which won't take too much. So, and I think we'll do the same for the head here. So let's actually do that part next. We'll Dremel the underside of the head here. Okay. If you do the insides individually, there will be individualization, though. Anything that will show. Yeah, well, it's also, I'm thinking, okay, how difficult is it to sculpt the roof of the mouth or the inside or the underside? It's pretty much, what's up, the cheesy poofs? Very similar to Zerg. I hope it doesn't end up in Cambodia. This is actually a commission piece for Focus Entertainment, so it'd be a bummer if it ended up in the wrong place. Quite a big job. But yeah, I think it's not going to be difficult to sculpt. And the payoff to not doing this and duplicating it is now I only have to worry about duplicating the details on this side, right? And it doesn't really matter how this side or this side looks, right? That's kind of where I'm coming from. Same with under here, and I don't have to worry about It's just gonna make it easier to do the duplication. Not half a note. Also get the inside of the mouth duplicated. So. Make it. We could do animatronic sculptures. That'd be cool. All right. Before we jump into the next step, I have to go be right back for 1 second, and then we'll jump right in. All right, let's see here. Little trivia: some Tyranid Norn queens even give some of these creatures a complete set of internal organs. If it's part of a wave. Oh, if it's part of a wave that the Norn queens consider cannon fodder. I imagine they'd still have tongues though. Probably concerns more digestion, etc. Interesting. Okay, so they're like almost like customized for specific little tasks. Little variations between them all for different purposes. Okay, so we're gonna try and duplicate this so it kind of comes apart here in the middle, down the center line. But there's a chance that it's almost like too much things grabbing on. And if that's the case, what we'll do is we'll trim the top of the head off and then duplicate this part and this part separately. But let's try making this work first. So what we need is this water-based separator, and we're going to want to paint it on really good all around this. This is what will stop the clay from sticking. We'll see you tomorrow, Looper. No class tomorrow, but I will be streaming. We'll be working on this. Get a bigger brush. You have a wonderful stream. I imagine you're getting on right now, huh? Oh, I see. Harder to relate to a bug. I always imagine bugs are just like nature's androids, if you think about it. How ants and bees and all the bugs of nature really just operate just like biological programs, you know, androids. they're doing a very specific task and they're doing it very efficiently, and that's the only thing. They don't have any emotions associated with it. Hive mind, yeah, exactly. No individual thoughts. They are Borg. They really are, if you think about it, man. I always, whenever I look at like ants just doing what they do, they're totally just like nature's robots. Right. Oh, like, but I mean, they're improving their weapons so they can do their task better. Task being to infest and take over the whole universe, I imagine. Their mission statement, not too dissimilar to the orcs, but the orcs have individual minds, whereas the bugs don't. Okay, let's use the heat gun, and that'll dry the areas that are thinner first, and then we'll paint again to kind of make sure it's not too thick in the hard to reach areas. Hello, freebie. This is cosplay, yep. Correct. Okay, one more zap with the heat gun, and then we should be ready here. Okay, so now we will sculpt the first half of our mold here. I want to make sure the clay is getting into the hard to reach places first, so let's fill those areas first. The exclamation point song, if there's ever a song playing that you want to know. I'm going to add some thickness and some spots that I feel are a little too thin. Yep, we're using Cosclay. Cosclay has this ability, because of the flexible nature, to make its own molds, essentially. So by using the C1 separator liquid, we created a barrier around the sculpted part that we already put that on there. Essentially, I'm going to be able to just throw this whole thing in the oven combined, and it'll create a perfect imprint. And then what I'll do is I'll paint more of the C1 separator here, and then I'll do the other side. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a two-part mold. And then once we have the mold, we flip it over and just kind of smash clay on the inside. And begin the duplicating. Very simply and very easily. How many of them am I making? I don't know. Somewhere between 8 to 10, probably. Hey, Hammy, I'm doing good. How about yourself? My work is kind of scattered. You can see a lot of work in progress on Instagram. And probably the place to see the most finished work is DeviantArt. Same name, yeah. Any platform, you'll find me under this name. Oh yeah, making guns. Definitely tedious. I pretty much started making money right away. But, you know, I was just selling myself really cheaply at the beginning. But hey, some money is better than no money, right? Yeah, about 15 years ago when I kind of just started pursuing this path, I was selling all my works. I think the key is picking, whatever you're sculpting, picking things that you know there's a market for. You know, like, it's really difficult to kind of come out of the gate and sell your own kind of characters or designs, you know. But even that can be done. You just have to pick certain character types that you know people already like. You know, for example, pirates and Vikings, foxes, owls. You know, there's certain things that are, you know, you know, seasonal things like a Halloween decoration or you know, something like that. So it's really important that whatever you're picking to make is something that there's people out there interested to buy, and then as long as you have your price set right and you get it out there, you should be able to push your artwork out. So for me, I mean, I started doing StarCraft 2 fan art, essentially. That was the niche that I discovered. So I think it's important is you got to figure out a niche, something you're interested in, you know, that other people are also interested in, and then start producing things. Don't worry so much about making a, you know, fair hourly wage at the beginning. That's not easy. More or less, you have to think of it as you're being paid to practice or to continue practicing. That it's a hobby that's funding itself. So it's not costing you any money. It's paying for itself. Which, just making material costs enough to cover material costs, I think anybody can make that happen. I was commissioned to do a panda, but I didn't know how to price it, so I just charged them 3 boxes more of cosplay. That's something you figure out as you go too, how to price things. Where's the line at between it being too much and it being too little, right? It's all learning, my friend. It's all learning. it's this back and forth process of like, you know, you get through the work and then ask yourself after you get done with it, could I have asked for more? The answer is always going to be yes for that, by the way. You could have always asked for more, but then you got to have enough kind of people seeing your work wanting to buy it for you to, you know what I mean? Like, somebody comes to you and they want something made and you give them a price and then they kind of scares them away. That's okay if you got lots of other people coming to you asking for work. But if you don't, then maybe it's better to take that job and do it for less, just because something is better than nothing. And you get the experience of doing it. Hello, Ginger. That's how it was for me. I know in the early days, man, I was just happy to be able to make any money with my artwork. Felt good to even just the idea of even selling something that I made. Of course, that has to change. There comes a point when that has to change, and that's when you're trying to get it. You're trying to get things to the point where you're trying to make a living off of your art. You have to start thinking about things differently then. But if it's not your main source of income, it's no big deal. How you doing there, Ginger? Okay, we're gonna add some keys here. Or essentially like spots where these will kind of fit together. Working like usual. What do you do for work, Ginger? You don't mind me asking. Oh, yeah. Is it worth it? What smooth-on products do you use? I don't really use a lot of smooth-on products. Occasionally I do for certain things. I like their free-form air material. Okay, that looks good. So now we take this and we bake it in the oven. And then we paint more of this stuff on here, and then we do the other side and then bake it. and then the idea is we'll be able to pop the two sides off and start duplicating that. So we're gonna get this in the oven while we start the process for the bottom jaw. Right, so next step after we bake this is to paint the C1 separator on that side that I just put those dots. And then just simply smush the clay on just like we did, and then it should just come apart right in the halfway point there. How you doing there, Spawn Chiller? How's life, my friend? It's exciting. We'll see how this. I'm confident this will work pretty good. Of course, there'll probably be a little bit of cleanup with each one, but think about how much time we're saving ourselves. You ever thought about creating custom fountains? A pump and a hose is a good way to go. I'm sure you'd be able to sell that for some big money. I know someone who does wedding and his house, and he has a bunch of different themes. I'm sure people have similar business that could use your skill. Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to just sculpt onto a... Here's the thing, my approach with stuff like that is I don't reinvent the wheel. Meaning, I'll bring the sculpture to the object that's already working. So, get a fountain that's already working and functioning, and just literally slap clay on it and start customizing it. So that way there's no... I'm not building things from the ground up when you don't have to. So I would be open. I would take a commission like that. It's just the right client has to get a hold of me. But yeah, I mean that's... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's all kinds of things you can do. So all kinds of things. There's going to be a item being not a item being customized pretty soon here, actually. A sponsored piece coming up. It's going to be not this upcoming week, but the week after we'll start. So you have to come and check that one out. It's a similar idea of taking an existing object and then sculpting on top of it to customize it. Enhance. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. You use Chavant and Monster Clay will melt in the oven. Yeah. But I have polymer out. So this method I'm using right now of how I'm making this mold only works with cast clay, because the other polymer clays are not flexible. So trying to demold things or trying to do this method will only work with cosplay. So also cosplay is the only one that sells this solution, which is C1 separator, which prevents the polymer clay from sticking to itself. If you don't have that piece, you can't do this step. As you can see, this was a mold I made of. I sculpted one half of a sword detail, and then since it was a mirrored object, I just created this mold here to duplicate the other side. You have cosplay. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So it's just a quick. It's a quick way. I even did this. This is an axe here. Anytime there's an object that's symmetrical or I need multiple pieces, I'll, you know, it's just a big time saver. This is a pauldron. That's just like what we just did there. I think on this other one, this new one I'm doing, I want to kind of drill holes so I can kind of put maybe a wing nut or something in there to hold it together. This is called cosplay. Okay. What's the mold of? Cosplay. It's just clay. Clay on clay. Nothing complicated. No worrying about dry times. Is it fragile? Here, let me show you. It's not fragile. It's like rubber. So all my sculptures I'm making, this is what they're made out of. So you can make really delicate looking things like this dragon's teeth and the claws and the tail, and it's all flexible. So okay, let's think about how we're going to do this one here. What happens if you overbake it? The danger is not overbaking, it's underbaking. Because if you underbake it, it doesn't get its flexibility and it's brittle. It's very difficult to overbake. You would have to have the wrong, really high temperature, or you'd have to leave it in there for a really, really long time. Even then, it's probably just going to discolor a little bit, but nothing terrible would happen even if you overbaked it. I've had projects I've forgotten in the oven for many hours, and they're fine as long as the temperature is correct. Okay, so just trying to think how we want this mold for this to go. I'm wondering if we just do like a one-part mold like this, and then we'll just have to kind of re-scoop in the bottom of the jaw each time. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. So we apply our C1 separator. Reminds me of a football kicking tee. What's the metal wire do you use to sculpt the foundation? Does it matter as far as the foundation? It doesn't really matter. I use galvanized steel, 14 to 16 gauge. I prefer steel. Some people prefer aluminum because they like their armature to be able to bend, but I don't. I like the armature to stay put once I have it where I want it. Let's see. Hey, thank you. Oh, wrong bro. Okay, now I'll take the heat gun, get that to dry. Alright, try it in the shallow areas. Now we'll just brush again. One more time with the heat gun. Blocks of wood. Poor blocks of wood that end up in my house. They never... Their torment is never ending. They're never allowed to perish. Character, lots of character. Suffered the fires of the oven hundreds of times. Glue and drilling, painting. Poor blocks of wood. Okay, so let's see here. Now we I do a lot of I'll build a lot of our furniture around the house using just like construction grade lumber and stuff. The whole workshop I built. And I just don't throw away any of the like little end cuts you can't really use for much. I use here in the workshop, and they spend eternity here. Same with paintbrushes. Poor paintbrushes. They're used for painting, and then once they've injured themselves to the where they can't be used for painting, they become essentially glue brushes or clay brushes. Doomed to suffer an eternity in cnotbusch's workshop. The Flying Dutchman of paintbrushes and blocks of wood. I want to go like this. Changes all about those camera transitions, huh? Okay, let's thicken up this outer edge. Now, if you could figure out a way to make your imprinted original pieces out of Chavant clay to harden as it cools, then use the separate. Okay. Kind of like lost wax casting. Where you make the original out of wax and then you make the mold around it and then you heat up the mold and the wax falls out. Well, I'm just trying to think what benefit there would be though. If I can just use just the cast clay to duplicate the cast clay. Yeah, I know, right? So right now we use cast clay to make the original, and then we duplicate it using more cast clay to make the mold, and then make the parts by using more cast clay. So we're duplicating, and then the pieces themselves, the parts that we're duplicating, are made out of cast clay, which means they're flexible. So whereas if we want like conventional molding and casting, your end product's made out of resin. I'm sure there are certain things you can use that are flexible, but excuse me. Okay, so this bottom jaw is ready. We'll toss this in the oven as well. I mean, I use Chavant, so the sketch here is made out of Chavant. I use that as a sketching medium, but all my finished work is made out of cast clay. Okay, I'll get that tossed in the oven. 1 second. So right now we have all three of the things we're working on in the oven. You just need to get better with. Oh, I see what you mean. Because you prefer to sculpt with like Chavant or Monster Clay. Yeah, see, I prefer to sculpt with polymer clay, but that's because I've been using polymer clay exclusively, pretty much for my whole art career. But I get the appeal of the other clays because I do like using Chavant. I can see why people like it over polymer. Polymer clay has like a certain level of stretch to it, so there's a little more back and forth to get the desired result. Whereas Chavant and Monster Clay are more of like, they don't stretch at all. So it's like you make a move and it goes exactly and stays, So, but what I've learned is when you get used to this stretchiness that the polymer clay has, you can use it to your advantage to get things done faster. So it's like certain textures and certain things I can get done really quickly by using that almost like stretchiness that the clay has. Whereas the Chavant and the Monster Clay, you have to do every little thing by hand, because it only does exactly what you want. It only moves exactly where you move the tool, no further, no less. So you can kind of like use this. And And that's the part I miss when I'm working with Chavant, and a lot of my techniques I use on the polymer clay doesn't work with the Chavant because it's a more controlled medium. So you have to rewind and watch what you missed. Well, we only have about 20 minutes left of what I was planning to stream anyways today, so I think we're just gonna call it quits here, folks. Just good. We got the top, we got the whole head is now finished, and we've begun the duplication process. So that means tomorrow we will create the other half of the people loathe you, say. Extortionate taxes, oh. Can't place that there, my lord. Can't place that there, my lord. Can't place that there, my lord. The treasurer has turned to crime. Wood needed. Get up on those walls. Man, I love that. I love that game so much. But yeah, so we'll finish and probably duplicate our first head tomorrow. So if you want to see how this duplication method comes to fruition, hopefully this is the first one we make and it just works and everything's great. There's a chance that we have to maybe do things differently with how we produce the mold, or we could also consider using some of the liquid clays to help with getting good casts, but we'll see. I feel pretty confident about it, so. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me today. I'm gonna get out of here. Huge thank you to Focus Entertainment for sponsoring this project, making it happen. Been a pleasure, and yeah, let's find someone to raid. I'm gonna get out of here. Enjoy some of my weekend. No class tomorrow, but I will be live. Same time, 9 a.m. Central Time. And we will work on this project some more. So Yankees on. Man, he's been doing good viewership wise. I love seeing that growth. Axes and handles, trimming up sandstone grinding wheel, and then some axe grinding. Oh, nice. Sounds good to me. Let's go see some axe grinding with Yankee X. You'll like his stream. So it's a really nice guy. Axe grinding sounds good to me. What? Okay. There we go. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.